So welcome everyone. I am excited to have you here today with us and introducing, if you haven't met Kathy LaVallee with the Prince William County Library System, particularly Chinn Library. And I love this name. The long version is Management and Government Information Center, but the best part is those letters. It's magic. And she is going to show you how to make the magic and find out about foundation monies available. And I'm going to stop talking and say, hey, Kathy, take it away.
Thank you so much, Peggy, for that lovely introduction. I am Kathy LaVallee. I work at the Chinn Park Library, and our department is MAGIC, the Management and Government Information Center. I do apologize today for coming late. I had an emergency eye doctor appointment this morning, but I'm here at work now, and I will get right to the Foundation Directory Online. This database allows nonprofits to look for grants. It is hosted by Candid. You can access it here at the Chinn Park Library. Also, Candid puts together another grant database that's called Grants for Individuals, and that's for individual artists who are looking for funding for projects. It could also be for a fellowship if you needed to go to a conference. But I'm assuming most people in this group are nonprofit organizations. So there you would use the Foundation Directory Online, which is the database that you see on my screen right now. What you will notice, I'm going to bring this down. If you come into Chinn Park, on this screen, we do have in the upper right-hand corner a chat button that you can click on if you had specific questions about grants, looking for grants. If you need training on the database, staff here at Chinn Park in the Magic department can help you with that training. So what you have here is your subject line. In there, you could type in a word like ballet. And there you see it pops up under arts and culture. And then you have the subcategories going all the way down. And so you could use that for other things too. Maybe you are operating a shelter. So you could type in shelter, and that's showing you that it's under human services, shelter employed, homeless shelters. So that's sort of how the database works for subject. And actually, I will just do homeless shelters right there and see what happens. Geographic location. There you would probably put in Prince William County. However, what if you don't get any hits for Prince William County? You can put in Northern Virginia. You could do Virginia, and you can even do metropolitan areas. So we're going to type in Prince William, and you'll see it will pop up. If I did do, let's see, I want to just show you Northern Virginia. Let me see, that would pop up. So let's do Northern Virginia. Population served. If you were trying to target a certain age group, you would select it here. And it even goes down to infants. And then those arrows can bring it back up. Certain ethnic group, racial group. Again, the arrows mean there's more subcategories. They also have family relationships, gender, health, religious groups, work status, school economic status, so at-risk youth. Let's click on health so you can see that. Disabilities. I'm going to leave that blank just for now. Over here where it says organization, that field is when you know the name of the nonprofit organization you're looking to get money from. So if you were looking to get money from maybe the Potomac Health Foundation, you could put Potomac Health Foundation right there. And I'll show you that field a little bit more in detail later. Then we have location. That's the location of the grant maker, the one who's giving you the money primarily. Let's go ahead and hit search. No hits. Oh my. Let's take out this and just see if we do Prince William. Get something different. Again, if you're not finding what you need, I would suggest you play around with the keywords. So there with Prince William, we got a lot more. What this is showing us is that we have 30 grant makers. Those are 30 nonprofit foundations that are going to be giving out money. They're giving out, they have 100 grants. And in the past, there's been 9 recipients of that. They also have the 990 forms here. Those are the forms that the foundation or grant makers fill out. As you scroll down, they like to show the data in increments of 5. So you'll see that we have 5 grant makers showing, even though we found 30. If you want to see all, just see all. And then it's going to show you all 30 grant makers. And at this point, you can select all of them if you want to print out their information, or you can select individually. So let's go ahead and click on Greater Washington Community Foundation. In here, you're getting a profile of how that foundation hands out their money, what they fund, what locations they heavily fund. The darker ones are where they give most of their money, and they do give to Virginia here. This is showing you the amount they give out. So they give out smaller amounts versus larger amounts, but it doesn't mean they won't give out a larger amount. As you're scrolling down, you can see on the left-hand side, there's a listing. It says grants, funding interest, related organizations, applicant, RFP. So you can click on these and they will jump to that location for information, or you can just sort of scroll up and down. One thing is when you're looking for grants, what you want to keep in mind is what this organization or foundation is all about. What is their purpose? What are they looking to fund? And you want to make sure your organization aligns with theirs, because that will give you a better chance of getting those grants. So let me go down here. This one actually shows you application form required, copies of one proposal. Every foundation or grant maker, their application process will be different. Some will have links to a website. Some will say maybe no application required, or no, they're not taking applications. And what I've been told, even if they say they're not taking applications, that doesn't mean that you can't email them or call them and start that dialogue, introduce yourself. Because a lot of it is about building relationships with these grant makers. And once they find out about your organization and how great it is, they'll want to hopefully fund you. What's also nice is who's who, because you never know, your neighbor might be in this list, and having that connection might help your nonprofit get money. Let's see if there was something else in here I want to talk on. Relating organizations, that's a good one. So let's say the Greater Washington Community Foundation, they are on target. They fund you, you get money from them. You can then say, well, look, Montgomery County Community Foundation is very similar. So maybe I should reach out to them. They might be a potential funder for future money. Let's go back up. And I'm going to go right back to, we're searching here. So that brings me into over here. Let's say you know who your competition is. If your competition is, let's say for the library system, it might be Fairfax County. So I could type in Fairfax. Let's see if I can type in library, if that will work. So Fairfax Library Foundation is a recipient. They have received money. See if I click on that one. Okay, and I hit search. So that is telling me that the Fairfax Public Library, their library foundation, has received money in the past. They have actually received money from Haiti Strong Foundation and the Lincoln Financial Foundation. So since I work in Prince William Public Library, these two grant makers would be possible funding opportunities for us, because Fairfax and Prince William are very similar in what we do. So you can also think of that when you're doing your searching, if there's another nonprofit that's similar to yours. So also on this search screen, I want to show you is down here, we have additional filters, and I'll scroll down a little bit more up that you can see that. Additional filters, what are they? Here we have capacity building, infrastructure. So if you know that you want to build a building, you could narrow it down here and put that under support strategy. The transaction type could be cash grants, contracts, employee matching gifts. Oops, where'd it go? In-kind gifts, mission reinvestment, pledges, pro bono services. I'm showing this to you so you're aware of it. I don't necessarily recommend narrowing down by those. I would start out broad and work down, narrowing by the subject matter and finding a grant maker that is very similar to your organization. Again, I wouldn't narrow it down by the grant amount, and I wouldn't narrow it down by the year, because you would be like, well, I don't care about grants that were given out 10 years ago. I only want the current ones. But if you do that, you might limit the number that you see. And just because maybe the Potomac Health Foundation didn't give out money last year doesn't mean they won't give it out in the future. So I wouldn't narrow it down by date, but it is there, so you can use that. Does anybody have any questions?
Hi, it's Bonnie. For a point of clarification, I wanted to check. I understood you to say in the beginning, when you referred to the 990, that was the 990 of the funder. But when the organizations that had been funded came up, there was a number of 990s. I think it means you can go look at the 990 of the organization that was funded. And I find that useful when I'm trying to see who the competition is, and, are we comparable in capacity? So that was, I wasn't.
Well, thank you for bringing that up. I should say I'm not a grant expert. So you could be absolutely right that the people that receive money also have to fill out a 990. I'm not totally positive on that. I know that the people that are giving money also fill one out. And people do find it very useful. I've had one person came into the library just to look at the 990s. Anybody other questions? Or anything you would like me to search?
I have a question. This is Florence Stewart with Advocates for Citizen Access. I think this is an excellent resource for us. How do we go about, is it by scheduling or just walk in? What's the process for that?
So we have one dedicated computer that you can sit down at, and you could search this database. It is linked to a printer, so you can do free printing there. You can also email the results home to yourself, or bring in a thumb drive and save the results to a thumb drive. So you can walk in anytime, no appointment needed, to sit down at the database and use it. If you'd like training and you'd like one of us to walk you through using the database, then we ask that you make an appointment. You would just email us or call us. There's 3 of us in our department, and we can show you that. The database is also loaded on the 20 other public access computers. So if someone is at the grant computer, you can access it through the other 20 computers.
Excellent, thank you.
Any other questions?
Hi, I'm so sorry. This is Tashbia. I saw a message on the chat asking to share the web address inside the chat. I think, it's going to be easier for everyone to look for it.
The web address, so it is not available online. If you go to the library's website,
Uh-huh.
you can scroll all the way down to the bottom. You will find Magic, Management and Government, and About Magic. You can go to Ask Magic to ask us a question, to set up an appointment if you want. If you go to About, I know during COVID, we actually had a link to the grant databases. Well, but let's see, they still have it up here, but I'm pretty sure these links will not work.
Kathy, if you're showing that to us on our screen, you might need to reshare because we're still looking at the foundation directory.
Okay, thank you.
I was wondering too.
I just naturally assumed since I was in Google that I was still sharing, but yeah, let me share. New share.
It depends on what window you share, whether it follows you or whether it just sticks to a particular window. It's finished.
Gotcha. Thank you. Do you see it now?
Yes,
Do you?
We
Okay.
do.
PBA, yes, thank you.
Okay. So let's just see if I go Prince William Public Libraries. This is the library's website. And do you still see me scrolling down?
You betcha.
And you see Management and Government Information Center
Nice.
and About Magic, and Ask Magic is where you can ask us a question, and About Magic is our main page. I'm hoping you still see it.
Yes, we do see it.
Okay.
Thank you.
So here we do have a section on grant services, and during COVID, Candid allowed us to share the database online, but I'm pretty sure if we click it now, it will not. And I'll even click here and I'll see if it does a new window. Yeah, it won't let you access the database. Oops. Okay. Okay. Sorry for the stop sharing thing again. Okay, got that back. So there's no web address, but I did show you how you could access our website. Now, one thing you can do, you can go to Candid's website, and on the Magic page, we do have links to Candid's site. And on Candid's site, they do have training online. We offer classes here in the library. I think it's March and April, we have some upcoming programs. We're going to have a writing proposal class coming up. And I can send that to Peggy so she can share that. Do you see the Candid Learning? Is that screen being shared?
Yes, thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so you can go under topics and you could go to writing proposals. They do have live stream videos and classes on demand. They also have sample documents too. So you could come in here and see a sample of a proposal. They also have a section for starting a nonprofit. Let's go back up here. Fundraising, proposal writing, management, starting a nonprofit. So those are great resources too.
So Kathy, as you're saying that these topics are all available online, is that correct? We're looking at videos and things, or are these classes that are offered that people could sign up for and attend?
Say that again, please.
Sure. These classes that you have all these topics for, are they available online and you attend them? Are they videos, or could we schedule some of them to be offered during our Zoom sessions? How do we attend those classes you were talking about?
Right. So you can join Candid, and if I'm right, it's free. If you would like me to set up a Zoom session and show the video, you could do that. However, as you know, sometimes I'm not tech savvy, but anyone could actually do this. I'm pretty sure they are online. They are free. Some are live stream videos or being hosted by people, but they also have the videos. And the videos are also on YouTube, some of them. The class that I'm going to be offering in March and April are actually 3-hour-long classes where I have a Candid representative who will be hosting. It will be virtual, or you can come in person and watch it on our big TV here in Magic. And those are actually programs that if you did through Candid, they would cost money, and my budget is paying for those that are coming up. Did that answer your question?
This is great information, Kathy. I had no idea so much was available, and I see a lot of classes and topics that I need to be signed up for.
Well, good. Does anyone else have a question?
Kelly on the chat just mentioned something about GuideStar.
So Candid recently acquired GuideStar and is manning that. They do have some training on GuideStar. That does require, it used to be free. My understanding now there is a subscription to GuideStar.
Okay. Another question that I saw pop up was about some of these resources being available in Spanish.
Oh, I do not know. They might be. I know even at Candid, you can check out books. They have resources, borrow an ebook. They have their sample documents.
So you're saying that some of the printed materials may also be available in Spanish?
They could be. Let's see. Letters of inquiry. So far, I am not seeing anything in Spanish.
Okay.
Training.
As you're coordinating your March and April classes with the Candid folks, maybe you might ask them about resources and the availability in Spanish. That would be a huge help for our community.
Yes, I can absolutely do that. I'm writing myself a note.
Candid also has a newsletter you can subscribe to. And GuideStar is a great place to go if you're researching other nonprofits. You can find there all their information, including their 990s on there most of the time?
Yeah, the one thing about Candid does have two accesses to their databases. We currently have the FDO, Foundation Directory for Professionals. So that includes information on the grant makers, the recipients, the grants, and the 1090s. I do know that Candid has another subscription because someone had mentioned getting free access to Candid with joining GuideStar. That access might only be for their the lower level, where you just get a list of the grant makers, not the grants or the recipients. Just something to be aware of. There are different levels within the Candid subscription. But if anybody would like training on this, I'm more than happy to sit down with them. We can do it in person if they would like.
Do you have a feel for, at any given time, how many open proposals there are? Like you said, if we're not focusing down on just the ones that are in 2023, we're not getting the background information. But so we're going to see the information. We're going to know, oh, we can't, this is information about something, but it's not an open grant. So what does it look like when we find something that's open versus something that's past information?
Let's go and look. Let's see. So it's really going to look the same. I mean, they're going to have the same fields. It'll be just, I should say it's less information. Some will say they're open and here's the deadline you have to subscribe to, or some will, let's see, application RFPs. Click on that one. Let's go there. All right. Looks like I popped out. Okay. Let's do this. Oh. Well, that didn't work. Try this again. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, because we know they've got one. They were just announcing the opening of a recent grant, but I guess they didn't put it in the database.
Well, no, there was something in the another field which was blocking it.
Okay.
So here we go. Potomac Health Foundation. So they have handed out 542 grants. It's showing you recipients, but I wanted to go back up here. Here, let's click on this one, grant maker. And let's go and look under, first it's listing their grants, what they like to fund, relating organizations, about them, application process. So, yeah, so you were asking me, what is it going to look like? Well, some of the listings will have more information and some will have less. But again, just because they have less, when I've sat in on the introduction to grants workshop, the grant experts, or I should say the representatives from Candid, always say, don't feel like you can't make contact and make a phone call or send an introduction letter introducing your organization. And that's why I would say not to limit, you know.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
What other questions are there for those of you who have stuck it out through the whole time and may still have some burning questions? Is anybody going to be bold enough and tell us what their subject area is and see if they can find some interesting grant information to hop on, or yeah, give us some interesting searches.
Let's see.
So polite, you raised your hand. Just go ahead and unmute and talk. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm curious, is there any money available for arts programs and adolescent behavioral health programs outside of medical programs?
When you say outside medical programs, what do you mean by that?
Like more experimental, community-based arts programs. And yeah.
Okay. So, but you said for youth?
Yeah, specifically maybe in the teens.
Okay. So that-
Definitely adolescents and after, like, you know, non-school hours.
Okay. Don't think we have, well, let's just see what we get with this before we narrow it down, try to narrow it down too far. So we got 80 grant makers, 202 grants, and 20 recipients. So just curious who the 20 recipients are. Council. Okay. And if you want to see something particular, just let me know. I was just clicking on, I'm going to do back button. Let's go back. Get that list, 80 grant makers. It's a lot to go through, but you said after school activities?
Yeah, non-school activities, community-based programming, not attached to a particular school.
Okay, okay. Don't know if we'd be able to find that. So that would be, we'd have to probably maybe look at recipients possibly there, but I'm not sure if you'd be able to type in those keywords to get something. But let's look at the who's handing out the money. You can do view all. And this is actually ranked, from my understanding, on the grant count, who's giving out most of the money. So Fidelity Investments are listed at the top because they're giving out a greater number of grants. Okay, but you can sort it by anything. So just keep that in mind, city, state, all of these fields.
Amazon Smile is closing down, right? Like they're not going to give out money anymore.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm not aware of, I'm not sure about that. So let's see what they say here. Anything.
I think they're ending in March.
In fact, here, even the last time they gave out money was 2016, it looks like.
I see Laura has her hands up, and also someone is Comfortina was asking to provide Kathy's contact information on this chat.
Yes, let's see if I can go in there and I will type that down. So it is Kathy LaVallee, magic2@pwcgov.org. That's our department email, and anyone in the department can help you. 3-792- I think it's 80.
Thank you, Kathy.
Sure. Just so you do know, if there are individual artists or need grants for individuals, all of the Prince William libraries have access to that database. Again, you can't do it from home. You actually have to physically go in the library, but it is loaded on all of the computers at all the libraries inside those branches. But the FDO for the nonprofits looking for money is only at Chinn.
Laura Kimberly here. I have a question just generally. This is great information, but my question is, are churches grant recipients? Can they get grants?
Yes, they can.
And so they would be, I mean, that could be found in this database, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think if we let's do a search.
Because I'm always, we do a food program for kids on the weekend. And so part of it's, of course, funded through our church, but we'd like to expand. And if we can expand, it would be great to have additional funding. And so that's why, and it seems like if you're a church, it's like, oh, you don't qualify for a grant. So I just wanted to get a general sense of that.
Let's see if I can do another search. What if I thought we could type in can we not type in religion? Huh. The church?
Yeah, if there's a restriction, it's good to know up front, so you're not, searching and wasting your time if you're
Right.
out of it.
Kathy, try faith-based.
Thank you. If I could spell right. No results. Interesting. Arts, let's just scroll down here. Health, human rights.
Food services, food.
Yeah, a lot of churches, yeah. So that's under the human. Because when I typed in food, because you can do like food banks.
Yeah, and it's a specific program. I know there are lots of them, but not always faith-based.
You know what? I wonder if I need to do a new search because I noticed things are acting a little weird. So I'm just going to start over here and let's do food.
You can say food for kids.
Yeah. I don't know, food pantry.
Okay.
All right. So, and you wanted to know if churches get, right?
Yeah. Yes, if churches qualify, that's the thing.
So we can look, I wonder if I can narrow it down a little bit more. So let me go to the advance and let's just type in Virginia.
Certainly keep looking. One of the chat comments shared that it's often more about whether the grant maker, the funder, is allowing churches or not. So you may just end up looking in and reading who they're willing to share their grants with, rather than might not be as searchable.
Okay. I see that, yeah.
All right, let me go here. Still have a lot. So Prince William.
Okay. Thank you. There.
Okay, and we got 11 recipients. So let's see who's been getting money. View all.
Okay.
So the Move Church has Catholic Community Services.
Okay.
So what's with the Move Church? So they got money from Legacy Foundation
Okay.
in Maryville, Indiana. So again, something to think about. If you know of a church that has gotten funding, look them up and see who's giving them money.
Okay.
So maybe Potomac Health Foundation isn't giving out money, but maybe that person in Indiana is.
Yeah. Okay,
So,
great. Thank you
right.
very much.
Yeah. So that's what I like about the organization name. But it looks like when you do it here, they want you to select, that's a grant maker. So we would have to look for recipients in this list. Let's see what's going on over here. Church recipients. Church. So church. Church 180, Church of God. That's a grant maker. Grant makers. Newport, California. Interesting. Let's see what happens. Go back up here, hit search again. And what are we getting? So 5 recipients, 10 grants, but only three grant makers. So only 3 people have been giving money to those 5 different churches. Small Business Administration, National Christian Charitable Foundation, Jingle Foundation. There might be a better way to search this. Because one thing too, there's a possibility that a nonprofit organization could be affiliated with a church. So you have the church that has one tax designation, but they might have another like nonprofit affiliated with it that's getting money. I think I have heard of that. There was an organization, nonprofit 501c, who was sort of like related to the church. It was under it, but they like gave support to women in need. So.
Kathy, there was another question in the chat, exploring more about the population and the senior community. Could you, if we were looking for Prince William and senior services and grants available for that, could you do a little for that, please?
Great, yes. So we can do Prince William. Go to population, and then we would do that age group. And under adults, and you can do older, senior. See what we get. So here we're showing 33 recipients, 18 grant makers or people who are giving the funding. Just gonna scroll down here. So Potomac Health Foundation is one. CarMax. Let's go ahead and click on CarMax, just a different one we can look at. Now, usually here they like to give out money for sports, recreation, human services, education. They give it out throughout the country. They do give to Virginia, but also California. Scroll down. These are the grants. Oh, recipients, it says the grants, and I guess it's listing the recipients. Senior Center. These are the subjects that they like to fund. So abuse prevention, animal welfare, arts and education. And again, this is where you would also want to look to make sure your nonprofit mission is aligning with theirs. And then again, the population group. Now here they didn't mention seniors. So of course, I'm always thinking, where are they getting the seniors from? It might be from the 990. I'm not really sure, or maybe it's the write-up. Let's see here. It's telling you transaction type, cash, employee matching gifts. Let's see, foundation of education, youth welfare.
This has been incredibly helpful, Kathy. Thank you. I'm going to encourage anybody else with a burning question. We are coming to the top of the hour, and I want to thank everyone and remind you that we will provide the video of this and make it available on our website. Any last burning questions?
Actually, I have a question, Peggy. Will this be something that will continue to happen? I think this is a great capacity building for the organization. It's it was more than what I expected. So thank you so much. It's amazing, the resource. And so that I have been approached by predators. I will say they charging you so much money to give you exactly this information. And so I am so glad that it's out there for free. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome. I completely agree. This has been mind-blowing and wonderfully educational. And I promise that I will continue to share the information that Kathy provides, get you guys hooked in so you can attend her classes, and probably begin talking with Kathy and maybe these folks at Candid and see what other kind of classes we can make sure that, bring the folks in Prince William County together. And Alliance will be providing more of these kind of Zoom sessions, as many as I can coordinate together. And you all keep telling me what kind of topics you want to hear more about. Thank you.
There's
you,
a
Peggy.
question. So sorry.
No,
In the chat
Another
box,
question?
someone's asking what level is available at the other branches, like Manassas City branch, at Chinn's.
right. So at Manassas City, they only have grants for individuals. They do not have the professional foundation directory online grants for nonprofits. That's only at Chinn. If you can't make it to Chinn and you want to do sort of a virtual session, I can do that with you, and we can set up an appointment. Or if you really needed me to, I could probably come to City of Manassas. I would have to get a special passcode from Candid to actually do a session outside of this building. Our subscription with Candid only allows us to do the searching here within the four walls of Chinn Park. Just want to say though, I will be sending Peggy the information on the upcoming grant programs, and she can forward that all to you.
Kathy, this is Comfortina. I was trying to send a question to you because of my cold, and so I don't sound terrible, but I don't think it went through, but I'll ask it. So do they have money or grants for nonprofit organizations that are seeking to help children in foster home, aging out of foster home, and also with the concentration on mentorship? That's it. And also well, it's 2 years now. Would they take the age into consideration? How would that be done? And do they have money for that kind of organization?
So we could search that for you. Is that what you would like to see, the searching?
Yes, I would like to see that, and I'm looking forward to come meet you and get some training.
Absolutely, we can
my-
do that.
Yes, I mean, this is mind blowing, and I've been looking for information like this, and this is awesome. Thank you so very much coming in to provide this vital information for us that don't know how to do it or who to tap into to get some grant. I am really, really appreciative of this, and I want to meet you to help me.
Absolutely. Be more than happy to sit down with you. Love to do that. And thank you everyone for being so patient with the technical difficulties on my part.
Thank you, Kathy. We can all unmute or unvideo and give you a round of applause, jazz hands. Thank you so much. We do appreciate you sharing with us, and we look forward to hearing more, seeing more. And that's right. Yeah, look at all the yay, the applause. You. We will continue to stay connected, and I promise everyone I will share Kathy's information, her contact, and the classes that she has coming up. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you guys.